Right, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on with you. Oh my word, look at that. 10 of wands straight out the bat. What's going on? This is going to be a reading from the 12th to the 18th of July, the Astroflower family reading. Lovely to have you here. If you want to know more about the Astroflower, please go down into the links in the description below, and you can find out a lot more about the Astroflower, its petals, its qualities, its elements, and how it basically works. Just for those of you who don't know, sorry for those who already do. Here is the relationship side. Here's your money side. Here's the overall energy that's going through you. These are the messages for the karmic paths, and this is the overall outcome. So let's just see what's going on here. I did a July reading, which you might want to go and have a look on it, because this July is going to be particular. And it's going to start this week by the looks of it and going right through for the next 2 weeks, right up to the 28th or something like that. Okay, so let's have a look what's going on for you. This is... It seems like you're being a little bit reticent about things, and I wouldn't. It's causing you problem. It's making you carry a lot more than you actually thought you should do. There is an aspect of where we carry things in life as an experience because it's going to help us in the future. And when it does help us in the future, all of a sudden we become a lot, let's say, richer. A lot more explored or experimental and stuff like that. It's saying here, I want to go into this card because it's, it seems to be influencing, and I want to get the reading out of that one as quickly as possible. You have a lot more you have a lot more strings to your bow than you think. And I'm not sure, you're exploring all those avenues. And maybe this is the moment to just try a few things. It seems to be a similar sort of thing for fire signs at the moment. It's like an experiment in a way. Just unload those sort of doubts about the future. Who cares? It doesn't, success is only relative. For a 100-meter runner, it is running fast. That is a success. But if you run really fast, you're going to become a celebrity. Therefore, you're going to make money. You're going to, all the other things that come along with it. But here, I think it's more a case of you've got some untapped potential in you, but it seems like you're not paying attention to it, and you're sort of like, you're not. It's like you're trying to do this with one hand tied behind your back. That's what it appears like. Okay, let's see what's going on the relationship side, because you're fully into your summer. Things should be really buzzing along, and you've had some lovely readings recently, including in your July reading. Let's just see how it goes here. This is talking about, come on baby, light my fire. So it's basically sort of saying, light your fire, get your fire going, get your passion going, get your game on. Come on, Sag. It seems like that. It's sort of like kind of going, come on, Sag, get in there, get in the mix. We all get knocked down from time to time. Don't worry about that. It just means we have to get back up. That's all. So it's sort of like, if you want security in life within your relationships, and this is what this card's all about here. So if you want security within your relationships, you have to be out there. You have to be in it. Because otherwise you're just going to be in submission to the rest of the world permanently. And why should you be in submission to the world? Therefore, you're not creating your world. That's the difference. I'm now starting to understand it, which is quite nice. This is the best thing about the Astroflower. It's in layers. And gradually as you build up the layers, you actually see the greater picture. It's really beautiful. Okay? So I think here is like when you get involved and you get out there, you're actually going to build a lot more security. I want you to start, I'm not allowed to want you to do anything really, because that would be egotistical from my side. But I think you would be a lot happier and feel a lot more security if you got out there and you started creating your own future. Don't worry, we're all going to get it wrong times, from every now and then. Don't worry about that. I would worry about not creating your own future. That's the thing. Okay? Because as I say, July is a real changing point, and you should really see your July reading as well. And when it changes, you can't go back. So if I was you, start out there pushing those little things, looking at things that you haven't really looked at the moment. Okay, you might have been talking a lot about ideas. Basically, there might have been ideas coming to you, but they got sort of shelved in the biscuit tin, and it's like it's about time you got that biscuit tin out and just kind of go, oh yeah, remember that? Look at that idea. Oh, let's push it. Let's see if there's any meat to that bone. You know what I mean? Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence your relationships. I got so carried away then. This is where the creation bit comes in. If you say like you're in a relationship where it's very one-sided, or you have to keep pulling come on, pull the person on, or the other person is really dominant, or they're non-existent. If it's in an imbalanced sort of scenario within your relationships at the moment, this could be with family as well, friends, relations, couples. Could be with anything. It's basically the universe is trying to put things back into balance, back into Ten of Cups, absolutely beautiful, Sag. They're trying to encourage that. The thing is that happiness has come after difficulties, because you've got a fence. They've had to come across a fence and things like that, barriers basically. So you should have those healthy barriers been put into place, sort of saying, actually, I like this, and this part of my relationships are not really adapted to what I want in life, and I'm not giving as much to those relationships that I should do either. So it's not a case of judging the others. It's just a basic sort of saying, I want the best for those relationships, and maybe the best for those relationships is that I'm not there that much. I'm a lot less present, But I think the universe is trying to redress the bar basically. And I would get in there, start creating those relationships, apply yourself within your relationships. It's going to help other people around. Help other people around you. That's that solar plexus that's kicking off. Yeah, so it's like confidence. Confidence is gained by when we do things, because then we got the confidence to redo it. That's what confidence. It doesn't fall from the sky. It's not just something that kind of goes, please, send me confidence. And, that's courage. That's difference. It's not the same thing. Okay? So, be in the bonnet. Okay, so let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that karmic path. They've got they're setting up these barriers here. That, remember those barriers I talked about on that card there? Okay? They're trying to help you with that. They're trying to sort of show you that actually there is a limit to everything. Yeah, connecting the body, mind, and spirit. So putting things back into harmony. I think this is what it's all about. The relationships in this week here is reassessing and just putting things back into shape. If you put things back into shape, you're going to be carrying a lot less. It's going to free you up. It's going to make you a lot more sort of happier, with a bit more sort of joyous sort of thing. Therefore, your relationships are going to be a lot better. Everyone else is going to be a lot better. It's a snowball effect. So yeah, I think the guides here are trying to help you connect various different aspects within your relationships around you in order for it to be much more harmonious and much more joyous. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence the conversation that is within you. They're really there, very present within your thoughts, and they're trying desperately. They're not trying desperately. They are literally sort of, sometimes you do need to, tap the table as if to sort of say, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. There is a bit of that to it there. There is also a bit of kind of going, a bit of childlike excitement, sort of saying, let's do that, let's do this, let's do that. Come on, no, don't accept second best sort of scenario. And I think this is a reassessment and a realignment of your pleasures and your joys that are around you. King of Wands, what I say about tapping on the table. There's a bit of that going on, which needs to be done. Don't be ashamed of it at all. That's brilliant. You know, there needs to be a readjustment of positioning, I think, within your relationships. And I think it's all to do with you more than anything else. It's not your fault. It's never anybody's fault. In a relationship, there's always two, at least, if not more. Therefore, you can never put the fault completely on the shoulders of one person. And that would be ridiculous. So this is all about sort of being a leader. And I think this is a case of, you know, standing up and being counted on your behalf. You know, being that leader. You know, and I think that's all about that creation thing that we're talking about. Let's see what's going on your financial sort of side. We get back to the biscuit thing on here. It's the opportunities you may find will be connected with other people. That's what it seems like. So it's it might be an idea that you had, and then basically someone else turns up and kind of goes, do you know what, I was thinking of doing that, and you kind of go, oh great, well look, I'll tell you what, you know, that sort of thing. It's connected. Your ideas seem to be connecting with the world that is around you. So yeah, stuck. Yeah, you might well be in a rut. You might well be in a rut. And that may tie into that 10 of Wands that I was talking about earlier on, that you're not creating the situation. And maybe this is what you need to do within your financial world at the moment. It needs you to be a little bit more innovative. And in order to do that, you need to be open to opportunities, to working with other people, opening the networking sort of channels, as it were, and just exploring ideas, I think, more than anything else. Not necessarily putting money on tables and stuff like that, or signing up to a job, or you know, starting a business. Although you may well be starting a business, and I think, you know, that's possibly a good thing for you. But more than anything else, it's you've got to allow your innovation side come to the surface. Let's see how the universe is trying to guide that sort of karmic path. I think it's, look, if you've been in a job for a certain amount of time, you're going to be getting good at it. So then you'll know the job. If you've been running your business sometime, you'll know your business. You're good at that business. And using that expertise as a foundation to grow further, to allow innovation to work, you have to recognize it. And you have to work to your strengths by the looks of it. There is a bit of a leap of faith in this scenario. It is tied into those innovations. And this is where the universe is trying to sort of say, you've got that expert side of you. If you've been doing your job for a little bit, or if you haven't got a job and you're looking for a job, maybe it's a case of just applying for a job that's slightly out of your range. It's slightly out of your normal job that you would apply for. It could open loads of doors for you. And I think this is what it's saying here. You have that expertise, which is that Eight of Swords, really. That's that sort of routine. You're good at that routine. You know what you're doing. You can do what you do well. Now let's start opening up, the innovation box. And I think that's where that comes in. The universe is going to sort of provoke that a little bit. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence that karmic message. They're almost passing you on things, sort of saying, I don't know what this is, but it seems important. Like they're not deciding what is good and what is bad for you, which they do traditionally, or what is beneficial for you and what have you. Here they're sort of kind of saying, well, this looks interesting, not sure what to do with it, don't know how it sort of sits with me. What do you think? And they're passing it on to your karmic. This could be loading you up here, but I think it's to do with the innovation sort of thing, side of things, of sort of finding things and just kind of going, oh, I think this looked nice. What do you think? Do you reckon you should try this? You know, so King of Swords, clarity of thinking. This is it. Maybe they're asking for you to give them clarity. And this is when I was talking at the beginning of the reading, where you may not be the creative side at the moment. You're not creating your life. You know, you might be submissive to your life. And I don't think that's a good idea. And the guides here are just sort of asking you for clarity, so then that creation can be done on the financial sort of side. They're also asking you to sort of like understand where you've come from and understand where you're going in a way. And with these new sort of things that turn up with them, they'll be passing you things, and this will be those coincidences which may connect you with other people that are around you. Let's just see what's going on with the other guides that are influencing the conversation within you. They're like the bellows of the fire. They're trying to stoke up a lot of fire going on. They're very hectic. So in business or in finance at the moment, you may find your mind is a little bit quick. Therefore, you might need a bit of meditation, bit of relaxation. Don't forget to get a good balance. So even though you are innovative and you should be and exploring that innovation. It's a case of don't forget that when you do work hard, you're going to have to also have that bit of me time, that downtime as well. But these guides here are really sort of saying, come on, what about this? What about that? Have we done that? Have we done that? And they're almost like they're your biggest supporter, encouraging you, saying, come on, let's do it, let's go. And you might want to turn around to them and sort of tell them to shut up occasionally. Because it can be off-putting sometimes when we've got too much going on. And that's maybe where your guides need to learn something, because we're all here to learn, as much as the guides are here, as much to learn as what you are, because you live in the body. So they may need to learn something as well. And it may need a case of, in order to be innovative and productive, you need a bit of a calmer inner conversation that's going on within you. Yeah, so they may be this sort of kind of going, oh, you missed that, you missed this, you missed that opportunity. Which is causing that weight here. I think this guide here, you need to, okay, so this could well be the thing. To sort yourself out, you do need to do a bit of meditation, get into meditation. I do a particular tea meditation for this exact scenario. You've got that in the Astroflower book. I don't know if it's on the website or anything. I'll try and find out. I'll try and find a link to it. It's the tea meditation basically that I go into. And it helps to streamline that monkey mind, that mind or that voice within you, so it becomes much more productive rather than oppressive. And I think that ties in here on this sort of side of life. These three cards here really tie in, because the other cards do not. And I think this is probably what you need to get under control. That inner voice it's just too present. It's like a backseat driver that kind of going, you're going too fast, pull over to the left. Don't forget, keep a good distance from the car. And just kind of go, in the end, just kind of, be quiet. Sort of scenario. Because you can't concentrate on the road if someone else is constantly going, bah, 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 bah. And I think this is a learning curve, not only for your guides, but also for you as well. There is a reason for that, and it may be because you haven't been as innovative as you should be, or have been in the past, and your guides are getting a little bit nervous about that. And that's what's got them to that stage now. But I would seriously think about sort of meditation techniques in order to calm those sort of sides down, so it becomes a bit more productive than destructive. Okay, because the rest of it looks really good. It could be really good possibilities for you. Really good, exciting time, actually. Let's see what the overall outcome is. You're going to you've got to learn to shine. And you don't shine for other people, you shine for yourself. So you light your own path. You shine so you can see your path a lot better within you. Enough said, you know what I mean? There is loads of opportunities for you. This is what I'm saying. But, you know, if you imagine, right, you're looking for like a camera and you've got it zoomed in miles away and you're not going to see what's just in front of you. You know, you've got to realise that you've got to take out the camera and so you can actually get a look at things spherically. So you can see those opportunities. Yeah, this might... You know, I might have been a bit harsh on those guides there, maybe, but I still think they're a bit overpowering. But yeah, I think it's a case of innovation. And you're going to love this. By the end of the week, you're going to kind of realise and kind of go, do you know what? Yeah, let's do it. It's going to give you a whole new lease of life, Sagittarius. Absolutely lovely. Nice reading, actually. One of your better ones. Because in the past, it's all been about sort of like, you've got it, let's go. And this one here was a bit of work, which is the first time I've really seen it for you. I think I saw it in July reading as well. But here was a bit of work, and I think it's good to get down and do the work occasionally. Because then it clears a lot of the clutter. So then you can get back to that creation part of life. Okay? Thank you all for your support for this channel by subscribing and clicking that bell. It's been absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much for that. And all the subs and everything, and also for all the likes and the sharing of these videos and comments as well. That's the best support you can give us. So if you do want to support this channel, it's very easy to do. Just subscribe and click that bell and get involved with the Astroflowers. It's great, seriously. In the meantime, don't forget Sagittarius, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.